You got time for a couple questions, Coach?
Oh, yeah.
I gotta ask, man.
Oh, yeah.
I see you getting down, man. We had a future champ's birthday party. Shout out to Gino. Shout out, future champ, you know what I'm saying? So, you were just at the Pacquiao fight, man. Tell me, what was your experience, man? What was that like over there?
Well, it was a slow fight. It was a slow fight. A lot of people was excited about Pacquiao returning, but what you expect from a guy 47 years old? That's just like when Tyson and Roy fought. What people expected from two 50-year-old men. And I think the people at the Pacquiao fight, expectation was too high. And they were expecting the Pacquiao of old. Well, he can't be that Pacquiao. He got to be the Pacquiao he is today. Mm-hmm. You know, his body is transformed, so he got to transform. I think it was a good fight. I think it was evenly scored. A lot of people figured that Pacquiao won, but I was there, and they was equally throwing blows at each other.
So you think the fight was scored fairly?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
If you would have gave it to Pacquiao, I wouldn't have felt that Barrios got robbed. But since you gave it to Barrios, since you made it a draw, I don't think now one of them got robbed. I think both of them lived it up to that decision. Because the fight was a seesaw. He had moments, Pacquiao had moments. Pacquiao had moments, Barrios had moments.
So one thing I've been noticing is that this fight was actually starting to bring up like talks about a potential Mayweather versus Pacquiao part 2. What do you think about that?
Nah, I wouldn't want to see it.
Why not?
Listen, boxing is for a younger generation, you know? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to see no Pacquiao. I didn't never feel Pacquiao could beat Mayweather the first fight. And now, today, you think I want to see a rematch? No. Of two old men trying to live their glory? No, I don't want to see that.
You good?
I want to see the young fighters that are out there, the Hanleys, the Shakurs. You know, I want to see the young lions that's out there. I don't want to see old guys trying to hold on to glory.
Gotcha.
I don't want to see that.
So, speaking of Haney, what was your experience like with him in New York City?
Me and Haney got history. We got history. We go back to when he was the amateur and the early part of his pro career. We got history of me working with Haney, of me training with Haney. So we got history that run deep. So, you know, it's always a pleasure to be in his company and understand he still got a very high IQ in boxing. So, Hanley is my guy. Mm-hmm. He always been my guy. You know, so just based on our past experience with each other, we always been straight up. And I'm in-house with those guys. Bill Hanley, you know, he got an inspiring young brother, Sean Hanley. He's gonna be very good in the sport of boxing too. So, you know, it's always a pleasure to be among that family, to relate with them on a boxing level because I have history with them.
That's good, man. Well, I got one question that might seem a little controversial right now, being how you're so, as you put it, like you brothers with Roy Jones Jr.
Yes.
And I know he has a special place in your heart. Same for him. What do you make of like this ongoing back and forth with him and Floyd Mayweather?
Listen, when Roy was in his prime, They were Roy Jones and everybody else. You couldn't hear now other fighter name close to Roy Jones in this prime. So you could shoot daggers at him as he got older. Things went to happen, but in his prime, there was no second to Roy Jones. So just look at the history. I ain't got it. You ain't got to take my word. Just look at the history. Go look at the history of it. There was no second during Roy era. There was no second, no almost there, no close. Nothing wasn't close to Roy in his prime, and that includes Mayweather. So I don't see what the fuss about. What the fuss about? You know. Roy gonna always be great to me. He's one of the most skillful fighters in the history of boxing, period, hands down. You know, listen, you got to give older guys that came before you. You got to give them their flowers, even if your pride tell you not to. There were some great fighters in the past.
Absolutely. And that's kind of where the controversy is starting with Roy right now, because he made a comment about Ali losing to somebody who had only 7 fights on his record.
Listen, I feel the same way, that ain't nobody gonna ever be greater than Muhammad Ali in boxing. I don't care how many losses he has. It's the man that make the victory. Even when he lose, it's the man that make the loss. So, how you handle adversity in life, I don't think no man, no boxer today could have walked in Muhammad Ali's shoes. Period.
Not even close.
At a loss. At a loss. So, these guys today is stuck on zero. But even a loss make a great fighter. A loss can make a great fighter greater. So they changed the narrative so much nowadays in boxing. They think zeros is popular. How many wins, how many losses this fighter got. Some of the greatest fighters, some of the greatest fighters I know, they did nothing but lose, but they were some great fucking fighters, like Emmanuel Guster and fucking Mickey Ward, and these were some great fucking fighters, man, and these motherfuckers was battling their heart out in that ring. And that is a great fighter, man. So, because they lost, that don't make them great.
No, absolutely.
So, a loss, even a loss make a man great. A loss made a lot of men great. A loss made George Foreman great. A loss made Sugar Ray Robinson great. Sugar Ray Robinson went 40 in 0 and lost one fight, and the next fight he went 102 consecutive wins. But one fight made him great. One loss made him great. So how can you match something like that?
No, I agree.
How can you measure something like that just on win and loss? He was 40-0 and lost his first fight at 40 wins. And after that loss, he went on and won the next 102 fight consecutive. So how can you measure that based on a loss? He's not great because he had that one loss, and he went consecutive and won 102 consecutive bouts. Ooh, man, that's some madness.
That's something that kind of bothers me, because when we talking about the Mayweather 50-0 record, him being the greatest, like, he doesn't even mention Julio Cesar Chavez that had 80 before that.
Yeah, 80. He was 87-0.
Oh, wow.
He was 87-0. Julio Cesar Chavez was 87-0. Well, do that make him less great? So you're 50 wins. Julio Cesar Chavez was 87-0. Well, listen, the hypocrisy of some boxing organizations, especially in the United States, they cater to bullshit like that. Boxing is a global sport, man. You can't take and pound yourself just what happened to a fighter in America and make him great, and you got fighters in Latin America and elsewhere in the world doing equally great things, and you don't measure their greatness up to yours. Hell no, I don't go boxing is universal. Anybody in the world could be great in boxing. Give them their flowers when they're here. You know, don't be selfish and think that greatness only sit around you because you live in the United States.
Right.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
No, we got multi-world champion coach and trainer cornerman Whop, Mr. Valreese Cooper in the building. We appreciate you answering these questions for us, man. You don't know how much of an honor it is. Thank you so much, man.
All the time.
Let's get back to this party.
Okay.